Is it ever worth sacrificing your happiness to hold a relationship together? If you've ever found yourself pouring everything into a partner, only to get little in return, this one's for you. Because if recent photos are any indication, Hailey Bieber might be living that reality right now. From Justin's cold body language to whispers of growing emotional distance, it looks like trouble in paradise. But the truth behind their marriage isn't just Hollywood gossip. It's a cautionary tale for every aspiring trophy wife about what happens when you give too much and expect too little in return. Today, we're revealing the hidden warning signs of emotionally unavailable partners, why even the most successful women can fall into toxic relationship patterns, and how to protect yourself from making the same mistakes. And make sure you stick around until the end, because I'll be revealing the #1 mistake women make when trying to fix a failing relationship that only pushes their partner further away. Welcome back to the Trophy Wife's Guide to Life, where we teach you how to date smart, build power, and attract the life you deserve. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson that could change everything. Let's start with the most obvious red flag, the public body language between Hailey and Justin in recent weeks. Paparazzi photos don't lie, and while 1 or 2 awkward moments can be brushed off, consistent coldness is a different story. At a Grammys pre-party, Justin showed up looking tired, unkempt, and emotionally checked out, barely acknowledging Hailey's presence. Meanwhile, Hailey smiled for the cameras, looking every inch the polished, composed wife, but the tension in her face was hard to miss. In another photo set, Hailey reaches out to Justin, trying to connect, while he stares blankly ahead, seemingly oblivious to her affection. Even at casual outings, Justin appears distant, often walking ahead or looking distracted, while Hailey stays composed and smiling for the cameras. Why is this significant? Because in high-value relationships, body language often tells the real story, especially when public appearances are involved. For aspiring trophy wives, this is a key lesson. If your partner is repeatedly cold or detached in public, it's a warning sign of deeper emotional distance. But the greater problem is the trap this sets for women like Hailey, who are often lured into the perilous role of being an emotional fixer. When women sense emotional withdrawal, the instinct is often to double down on affection and effort, trying to fix the problem. But this is a critical mistake. Why? Because the more you chase, the more distant he becomes. Men value what they have to earn. The moment you become overly available, constantly trying to repair things, he subconsciously loses respect and interest. Contrast this with Victoria and David Beckham, who have faced their share of marital rumors over the years. Despite challenges, David consistently shows up for Victoria publicly, holding her hand, praising her career, and defending her against negative press. The difference? Men who are invested in their relationship make an effort to stay connected, even when times are tough. So, what's the key lesson for aspiring trophy wives? Body language isn't just a coincidence, it's a reflection of emotional engagement. If your partner is constantly distant, it's time to have a serious conversation. Justin Bieber's struggles with mental health, anxiety, and emotional regulation are well documented. He's spoken openly about his anxiety, depression, and difficulty maintaining stability in his personal life. While vulnerability is a positive trait, it can also signal emotional complexity that's difficult to navigate. For high-value women, dating emotionally unavailable men can be a huge risk. At first, their mysterious or tortured persona might seem exciting, but over time, that emotional instability can become exhausting and damaging. Here's why emotionally unavailable men are dangerous territory. 1. You'll become his emotional caretaker. Instead of being a partner, you'll take on the role of his therapist, cheerleader, and fixer, all rolled into one. It's exhausting and unsustainable. Instead of being a balanced partnership, the relationship becomes one-sided, leaving you emotionally drained. 2. He may resent or sabotage your success. Emotionally fragile men can feel threatened or intimidated by a powerful, successful partner. Instead of celebrating your wins, they may subtly undermine you or withdraw as a way to reclaim control. This creates an unhealthy dynamic where you're constantly shrinking yourself to make him feel comfortable. 3. You'll lose yourself in the process. The more time you spend saving him, the less energy you have for your own goals and growth. Over time, you become a version of yourself that's smaller, more cautious, and less powerful than you deserve to be. This dynamic is often driven by the rescuer syndrome, a psychological pattern where women feel compelled to save emotionally broken men, believing that their love will transform him. Spoiler alert, it rarely works. One infamous celebrity example that mirrored a very similar scenario was that of Britney Spears' relationship with Sam Asghari. While their early connection seemed genuine, reports of Britney's emotional struggles and Sam's caretaker-like role quickly overshadowed their romance. Sam's career took a back seat to his role in stabilizing Britney's moods and cognitive volatility, leaving him a shell of the man he was prior. Upon their divorce, Sam swiftly regained his zeal for life and demonstrated a renewed vigor in chasing his own dreams, which reveals just how subconsciously stifling his marriage to Britney must have really been, though likely for no voluntary or willful fault of her own. Sometimes people like Britney can have a good heart and the best of intentions, but they simply aren't mentally or emotionally in a place to give back to a partner in a positive and balanced exchange. And unfortunately, one person will likely get the short end of that stick. One of Hailey's most admirable traits is her devotion to Justin. She's always been vocal about how she's put his well-being and happiness above everything else: her career, her public image, and even her personal boundaries. But here's the harsh reality. Too much devotion can backfire. In high-value relationships, balance is everything. When you pour all your energy into maintaining his happiness while neglecting your own, you unintentionally give away your power and create an imbalance. Here's why that's dangerous. Men value what they have to work for. If you're constantly available and sacrificing for him, he no longer sees you as a high-value prize and will start to take you for granted, thus lowering your value in his eyes, which often correlates to a decline in the way he treats you. You lose your sense of mystery and risk becoming too predictable. High-value men crave excitement, mystery, and challenge. The moment you lose your independence and make yourself too available, you also lose that spark that made him fall for you in the first place. The takeaway? Never stop building your own life. The right man will want to rise with you, not have you dim your light to make him shine. For a perfect celebrity contrast, take a look at Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Beyoncé has always maintained her independent identity, balancing her career, personal brand, and family life without sacrificing her power. This balance keeps their relationship dynamic and inspiring, and reminds Jay-Z that his wife will be just fine and thriving with or without him, a realization that likely keeps him on much better behavior than if he were married to a woman who'd sacrificed her career and identity for him and left no power to her name. That brings us to another strange phenomenon experienced by dating wealthy men. Why do some successful men, like Justin Bieber, pull back emotionally once the relationship gets serious? It often boils down to a combination of psychological fear and control. Fear of vulnerability. High-status men are often used to being in control. When a relationship gets serious, these men feel exposed and retreat emotionally to protect themselves. Instead of leaning into intimacy, they shut down. Loss of freedom. For men like Justin, who have been pursued for years, settling down can feel like a loss of freedom. This causes them to resent the very stability they once sought, which leads them to pull away. Power play. Emotional withdrawal can also be a tactic to regain control, keeping you off balance and seeking their approval to ensure they retain the upper hand in your increasingly unbalanced and unhealthy dynamic. So, what should you do? Never chase. When he pulls back, maintain your routine, focus on your self-care, and remind him that your life doesn't revolve around him. The more you chase, the more he pulls back, and vice versa. Reassert your independence to reclaim your power. Focus on your career, self-care, and social life. Show him that your world doesn't revolve around him, and watch how quickly his attitude changes. Nothing makes a man reevaluate his distance faster than seeing you thrive without him. Hailey's situation highlights one of the most important lessons for aspiring trophy wives. The woman who remains independent, mysterious, and self-assured always holds the power. Here's how you can do the same. Have your own thing. Whether it's a business, a creative project, or a social circle that's just yours, always have something in your life that doesn't revolve around him. Stay unpredictable. Keep him on his toes. Don't always be available. Switch up your schedule. Take time for yourself, try new hobbies, keep him guessing, and build a life he wants to be part of. Prioritize self-care. A woman who glows with happiness and confidence is magnetic. Make your self-care and mental well-being a top priority. When you're glowing, happy, and confident, he'll be reminded of the woman he fell in love with, the one who had her own world and wasn't afraid to live in it. All that said, the number one mistake women make in high-value relationships is trying too hard to fix what's broken. And it's the trap currently taking Hailey Bieber down a heart-wrenchingly frustrating path that rarely ends well. When things go wrong, many women fall into the trap of giving more, sacrificing, explaining, begging for attention. But here's the truth. The more you give, the less he values you. Power is in the pullback. Take a step back, focus on yourself, and watch how the dynamic shifts. Nothing makes a man rethink his distance faster than seeing you thrive without him. So, what do you think? Is Hailey Bieber holding her marriage together alone? Or is this just a phase that will quickly pass and warrants her support to help Justin get through? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the Trophy Wife's Guide to Life for more dating strategies, relationship insights, and power moves to help you build the life, relationship, and financial future you deserve.